Thank you for joining us. We have taken another opportunity to badger our director of schools, Mark Griffith, into uh, giving us some updates on some of the issues facing the schools. First of all, Dr. Griffith, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Um, First, let's go with what affects the here and now. Obviously, the summer feeding program is back underway here in Marion County.
Yes.
Can you kind of tell the viewers a little bit about what that schedule is and where that takes place?
That is, like I said, the schedule is at the four elementary schools, and the pickup is from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And we strongly advocate for, we're feeding high schoolers, middle schoolers, and obviously elementary school through our summer camps. If there's any practices going on, athletic practices there, we advocate for those kids to be served during this time as well. It's a great thing. Like I said, the only 2 days that will not be is obviously July the 5th due to the 4th of July holiday. But it runs from June 7th to July 16th, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. So we're excited to be able to extend that opportunity, and it actually worked out with our summer camps that the state has approved, and we're excited about those as well. We're running probably anywhere from 100 kids on each campus to about 70 kids on each campus. So
Oh, wow.
anyone listening out there, those camps are available, whether you attend one day or 5 days. Obviously, we want our kids to be able to do 5 days, but it's a very fluid schedule. So if there's vacations in place, things like that, the mandatory attendance is not in place there, but we certainly advocate for the attendance. So please take advantage of those, and contact the schools and get the schedules, and they'll get everything set up. And it's just not, the camps range from, some CTE camps all the way to some athletic camps. So please reach out to your home school and at least check it out and see what's available out there.
Now, the special session that preceded this legislative session we just got done with, uh, are these summer camps a result of that money that was allocated for the learning loss through COVID? Is that part of what that is?
That is correct. These are solely the K-8 camps are solely through the ESSER dollars, whether it be state ESSER dollars or flow through to the districts, because the state allocated some funds early on for this process, and then the federal government uh, come in with ESSER 2.0 and ESSER 3.0 to where a certain percentage of those dollars had to be obligated to learning loss. And what that would look like is the summer camps in relation to whether it be curriculum and different things like that. So basically what these dollars are offsetting some things that we would have done, and they're also helping us create things that we would not have done without the help of the federal government and the state.
I got you. Now, speaking of things in the wake of the pandemic, there's been a lot of mixed emotions, I guess, from both teachers and parents about the virtual learning.
Right.
Some people thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and some people, well, had a different opinion.
Right.
Um, but now, this upcoming school year, you kind of got a kind of a solution in mind to kind of address some of the concerns. Can you kind of go into that a little bit?
Absolutely. And one thing that I would say, and starting in August, our mindset is that we're going to be a traditional school year, just like the beginning of the 2019 school year. And then, of course, the wheels come off March 2020, and we had to adjust rather quickly, let me say that, to deliver some the curriculum to the students, as well as carry on through August of through the end of May. And what that looked like was entirely different from what we're proposing. We have looked at a platform option, a program, which is it's Village Virtual. It come highly recommended by several different districts and folks that were out there. And basically what this is a program that can be done on your own. There is, they're a Tennessee teacher teaching the Tennessee standards. And the student is still attached to the homeschool. So basically what that looks like is, if Mark wants to get up at, let's say 10 o'clock, and he's got to have so many clock hours in order to qualify. Attendance is still mandatory, obviously, but it is a virtual platform with a consulting teacher there available for this entire process. The state had shifted to where we could not do what we were doing traditionally. And I'll be honest with you, we didn't want to. We put that together in order just to move as fast as we could in order to educate our virtual kids during the pandemic. But this way, there's a window of time. I know that June 15th, they have to apply, and that's coming up. I think that is next Tuesday. That is the drop dead deadline for the students to be enrolled. Now, new students coming in from outside the district has an opportunity to enroll one time, but there's no bouncing back and forth. So once my student is a virtual student, he or she will be there until the end of the school year.
I got you. Now, just to clarify, if you do not opt your student in to this virtual academy, the district is going to assume they'll see their bright and shiny faces at the school in August.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
And
this is hard opt-in, and
right,
got to be done by next Tuesday on the 15th, or they will be in school.
That is current Marion County students. Now, if there's homeschool folks, we have obtained some folks that were doing the homeschool program. We've got some of those on board, and they're going to be part of the Marion County School virtual school this year, and we welcome that. But now, if it gets to September and the parents say, "Well, I've got to go to work, I've got to do this," so those students would be able to opt in that one time, and would be able to be a part of the virtual village virtual school, and be able to go all the way to May. One that there's mandatory meetings for the ones that meet the June 15th deadline. I know June 22nd and June 24th at Jasper Middle School Auditorium, there'll be an information session at 4:30. And that's just information session. Then July 15th and July the 21st at JMS at 4:30 will be the registration day for our virtual students.
Okay. And just so I have the dates correct, then the 15th, the application is drop dead, has to be in. That's just the application to be considered for the virtual. And then the information meetings will be June 22nd and 24th.
Yes.
at Jasper Middle School. That is the old school.
That is correct.
And those are information, but June 15th and June 21st, those are the registration
July,
meeting.
July 15, July.
I'm sorry.
But those are, that is the registration dates for that.
Okay. All right.
One thing, there won't be any, this is not a homeschool. This is actually a Marion County virtual school. There will be no extracurricular activities tied to this school. There will be a graduation. It'll be a virtual school graduation, much like the traditional graduations that we had this past May for all three high schools. So that is an option for the virtual school. And we have been getting asked questions about the extracurricular and why that is. And it's just the way it ties into where the homeschool is. It's our own school type thing with its own school number. And there's a co-op program that would have to take place through sports. So actually, that's why it's not an option for that.
I got you. And just to clarify, through this virtual academy, that also precludes juniors and seniors from being able to participate in dual enrollment. Is that correct?
That there's AP classes built into this. But yes, that is correct.
Okay. All right. You mentioned that this was largely a self-directed platform as far as the timing, as long as you logged in enough hours. And then the reference teacher that you made mention of, is that a Marion County necessarily, or is that just a certified state teacher?
That is a certified state teacher teaching the Tennessee standards.
Okay. So if little Timmy gets to problem 18 and just completely loses his mind because he can't figure it out, there's an opportunity for him to have a real FaceTime with the teacher.
Absolutely. There's consulting. It's what I would call a consulting session there. That opportunity would be extended to that student.
Okay. And that's in real time. So it's not like they have to send an email and wait for an email to come back.
In discussion with this whole thing, there's been what the turnaround time would look like about, as far as reaching out to that consulting teacher.
Do you have any idea how many districts in the state are utilizing this platform? And
I don't, but I know there's a lot of districts that are doing a virtual type school. I've been in some meetings with other superintendents and overhearing it. It's not necessarily village virtual, but there's other options out there that they're shifting to. And, like I said, we actually, during the pandemic, realized that there was some parents that felt like that this was the best option, the virtual school option. And we wanted to be able to extend that in a better platform, let me say that, than we did in the past. And, we didn't want to lose those students. We want students to be part of the Marion County system and be a part of the school system. So that's why we extended this out.
I see. And so this completely frees up the existing teaching staff to do exclusively their one set of curriculum in the classroom with the students. So
absolutely,
I'm sure some people managed to back cartwheel on that one. So
I did myself, let me say that.
Have you had any feedback? Were any of the teachers involved in coming to the selection of the village virtual platform?
We rolled it out to the administration, and they were able to push it out, and they vetted it. It was well vetted program. and felt like that it would be the best fit for our students at this time.
So as its own school, is it a K through 12 school then, as it's standalone?
That is correct.
I got you.
We got state approval a little over a few weeks ago.
Okay.
So it was pending state approval when we initially rolled it out in May. And once we, just about a week or so later there, we got state approval in order to move forward with it. And we're excited about that opportunity. And like I said, we're welcoming any and all students. We whether you be in district, out of district, homeschool, whatever, we certainly welcome any and all.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else? Obviously, the here and now takeaway is if you want your student to participate June 15th, you have to have the application in. And is that hard copy or can that be done online? Or
and the central office has the hard copy. The schools don't have that, and we've got an online platform as well as an application here at the central office. There would be no need to go to the schools because they don't have that, but they are online and they are here, and that's where it would be. And I'm going to be doing some Facebook Live rollouts. It's the same reminder. I know I've got one, I think tomorrow at 7:45 in the morning discussing this, and I've got one on the 14th, which is May, which is the day before the application is due. So that's where we're at on that. Just trying to, the bouncing back and forth would actually hinder the academics of the student because these teachers are teaching Tennessee standards, but they're not using per se the same curriculum as the Marion County Schools is. As long as they're hitting the standards, and we felt like that was the best fit for our platform this year, and that's how we come to that determination.
So virtual village may be hitting in August what the other classroom is hitting in October and vice versa. And so in order not to miss that, we want to make sure they stay consistent. Is that a fair statement?
I had this same question or that conversation this morning with some folks in my office regarding what that would look like.
Gotcha. I got you. Well, listen, we appreciate you making time for us. Just as so everybody knows, we're going to put all the dates and relevant information in the comments of this broadcast. So everybody will have that in visual and audio format. So is there anything else we need to know?
Nothing, just keep hammering that drop dead deadline there, June 15th, at the close of business. That will be the last day that current Marion County students will be able to enroll in the virtual school. So some folks I've been asked that that's a little early for them to make a decision. We've actually started planning for the 2021-2022 school year back in January to put things together. So timeline wise, we've got to have a pretty quick turnaround on what that preparation looks like and how we can roll that out. So June 15th, drop dead deadline, and for all current Marion County students, and people outside of the district get one opt-in, and we'll be able to look at it from that point.
I see. All right. Well, Dr. Griffith, thanks very much for taking the time, and sad for you. I'm sure we'll talk again.
I always seize the opportunity to get the information out there, and I appreciate the opportunity to be on here with you, and just let me know when you need me again.
All right. Thanks very much.
Thank you, sir.